I'm Dr. Lisa Oates, talking to the wonderful Dr. Sue Evans about kava.
Okay, now, of course, kava is a plant that's widely used in the Pacific, and it's a plant with such an interesting political history, particularly recent-ish political history, and I'm talking about the last, what would it be, last 20 years, do you think? So what happened was that kava became quite popular. Extraction methods were used, European extraction methods were used, which were quite different to the traditional extraction methods. Traditional extraction methods were in water. When the plant was extracted in ethanol, then at certain concentrations it became quite toxic, and there was quite a lot of safety issues around it. Now, one of the things about that was that with the popularity of kava at that time, there was a great increase in demand. And then when the toxicity issues came out around this particular preparation, it meant, of course, that the demand fell, which had a devastating effect on some Pacific Island economies.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the things that we do need to be aware of, is the downstream effect of plants that become really popular globally, or particularly in the West, and what that can do to quite fragile economies. So it's certainly a plant worth exploring if you're interested in that side of particular plant medicine. There's been some really interesting research done into I guess it's the socio-political angle associated with kava.
Yeah, really interesting. And I think we do hold a responsibility to those communities.
Yes. And it's not only ecological sustainability that we need to think about, but we also need to think about social responsibility in terms of using medicinal plants, that particularly those that come from so-called exotic parts of the world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Sue. That's a really good reminder.